Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a beautiful day in the city of Toronto, actually. Again, that's my weatherman again talking. It's a completely clear blue sky here in episode 90. I want to say it's 93. It is episode 93 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And I'm your host. A little bit sleepy. It's a Sunday morning, but I've got my cup of tea. And I'm your host, Scott Dion Brown. And I'm joined, as always, by just the greatest co-host in all the galaxy. The one, the only...
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for the weather update, Scott. You did forget to mention that there is a heat wave coming to Toronto, so good luck to all of us. Good luck to my internet again.
I didn't even know there was a heat wave.
Clearly you don't check the weather before you become a weatherman. It is, I think, in the high 30s already, and it's only 11 o'clock.
Really? Oh. I mean, that's nice for...
it's beautiful from the window.
Yeah, it's nice for sitting outside. Wait, what's going on with the background music? Hang on, I just noticed I've got it set so that the music keeps stopping when... Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, music's fixed. I fixed the music. No, I just noticed whenever I cut to you that the music was playing, and then when I cut back to me, it was quiet, and I forgot I was testing something beforehand, and that's why.
You know why? Because the party is on my side. That's why the music's
on that's why. Makes sense. Yeah, of course.
Just sorry to break it to you.
No, that always happens. All right. Oh, look, we got some people hanging out in the chat. Good morning, Skullboy Gamer. What's going on? KTC Asmome is here. Good morning. Crispy, good morning. How are you guys? Ray Henry 24 is here. Good morning. Hey everybody. Yeah, Ray Henry, you made it. Yo. Hi guys, welcome. Hey, there's somebody else in the chat that I think we're gonna get to know a little bit later. Awesome. So Regine, how was your week?
My week was eventful, emotional to say the least. If you guys follow me on Instagram or my Facebook, you guys are aware of what happened. If you're not aware, I'm sure Scott and I will talk about it on a different show, just not right now. But if you guys have been following my social media, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Scott, thanks for being a text away. I did not want to interrupt your live stream, which is why I waited until a lot later.
Yeah, that was a sucky... Was that Friday that happened to you?
No, it was Wednesday, smack dab in the middle of the week.
Oh, Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm no good with time. But yeah, you had a really sucky experience. So anyways, yes, it was bad. And yeah, if you want to see the details, Regine posted about it on Instagram. Yeah, that was not good. Joanne Pignataro. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the sit down. This is our weekly talk show that we do every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a lovely tradition. I look forward to it every morning or every Sunday morning.
A tradition?
Rather. Well, it is. Well, I mean, it happens every Sunday.
Is it a tradition or is it a chore? No, I'm just kidding. It's not chore.
Depends. You know what it is? It's definitely one of the only times where I have to get up early. And this isn't even that early, really, but it's just early in the sense that I'm like, I couldn't just keep sleeping and wake up naturally. So kind of tired.
Oh my gosh, wake up.
Did you go to bed? What time do you go to bed these days? Do you go to bed later, early?
I have definitely gone to bed a lot later. I found last night I went to bed at 1 and I was like, wait, it's Saturday. I need to wake up early tomorrow. But I'm just like you, where I sleep whenever I feel like it. I wake up whenever I feel like it. And that's my COVID schedule.
Yeah. I was about the same. I was about the same last night. I was like, oh, geez, I have the show. Except when I realized that it was closer to 3. So.
Oh, my gosh.
Netflix is dangerous. You don't know how much time has gone by. Well, yeah, Regine, so I'm a little bit sleepy, but hey, you know what? That's why I got this. And I think we should meet our guests. What do you think?
I mean, our guests looked like they were falling asleep while they were waiting for us to bring them on. So I don't think they realized I can still see them. Well, they look like they're taking a nap.
No, they're just it's a power nap before it starts. Let's bring them in. Our guests today, ladies and gentlemen, are the co-founders of Echolight Productions. They are both actors. They're both filmmakers, as well as both theater actors and directors, and just creators of the performing arts. So, yes, that's a good way to introduce them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Mingoia and Patrick Sherrard.
You guys are muted.
Oh,
we're muted.
Oh, there they are. No, I hear them. Hello.
I didn't push any buttons. I don't do technology.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having us.
How was your nap?
I had to keep picking him up.
So,
exciting.
So, welcome to the show. So, how are things? You guys are out in Long Island, New York, right? So, how have things been out there? I guess I haven't talked to you guys in quite a while. Actually, well, we haven't spoken in person in, I guess, a few years. But how are things out there? How has it been this crazy time we're going through? What's it been like out there?
Well, it's been crazy. I guess like everywhere else, different. And but New York was one of the at one time it was a hotbed of the pandemic. So things shut down earlier here. And now it's kind of more open to some of the other states. So things have been opening up. They did something called phasing, which I don't know if the other states have done.
Yeah. I don't know if you have that in Canada. They had like phase 1. I don't know what phase we are.
We're on phase 3 right now.
We're phase 4.
Phase 4.
It's not a competition. I'm just saying.
No. Listen, everything with him.
Just kidding.
Yeah, so it's things have started opening up here a little bit more than other places, other states. But yeah, it's definitely different. Things have been modified greatly, so we try to adapt.
Yeah. I'm opposed to the term new normal. I just don't like that. I don't like the normal being dictated to me. I've never been normal a day in my life, so why should I start with new normal when I've never achieved that previously? But it's adjustment. It's sort of like you go somewhere. I go somewhere with my kids. I'm like, don't forget to mask. It's just like that type of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's been a weird adjustment. The interesting part, we've talked about it. Almost every show we end up talking about it, just because obviously it's what we're all going through. But I've found myself, I've adjusted to it now that, I've the pace of it, the feel of it, I've kind of settled in, and I don't know how even nice I feel about that. I've gotten used to it so much. But going out wearing your mask and just avoiding everybody, it's almost just I'm used to it now, which. I don't know if I like that I'm used to it, but I guess that's just how it is these days. I don't know. Yeah, here in Toronto, it's called. So I don't know if the phases are lined up everywhere, but yeah. So here, the equivalent of phase 3 here is businesses are. I guess Regine, most businesses are open now, right? They've been allowed to open up, but they just have like restrictions in place. So like if you go into a store, there's like a limited number of people around. They've got like markings on the floor where you can
plexiglass everywhere.
Plexiglass, yeah. So they're.
I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind the social distancing out in public, especially on public transportation. Like, stay away from me as far as possible because you people stink. So stay away. But the best part is we're all wearing masks, so we don't smell who's around us.
I mean, yeah, that is true. I haven't actually been on I haven't done any public transport since it all started.
But I mean, just in general, because you know how people are usually, like, especially during rush hour, people are so packed and like in your face. At least now they are forced to stay away from you, and I like that. They should always be away from us.
Yeah, I guess that's true. How has it been? So yeah, you guys are in New York. Do they have? I know the subway is such a huge part of people getting around there. What's it been like? Have they made a lot of changes on subway travel and that sort of thing, or how has it been?
You know, actually, I don't think you've been in.
Yeah, we're in the suburbs
on Long Island.
So it's cars. You don't have a subway. You know, minimal buses and all that. But we can tell you, like, traffic has been, you know, where you'd be sitting in traffic for hours, and now it's like it's beginning now, but for the longest time. So, but the one thing that we had is that we have a lot of, like, particularly where we are in Suffolk County. It's the eastern part of Long Island. Have a lot of deer, you know, and all that. Well, and I think during the pandemic when cars weren't right, the deer's like, oh, we can run free in the street. So like I was like, deer's like, well, I got nervous because I live on a main road. I'm like, please, deer, go this way. Like I try to chase them. I think they're free of walking around. We don't do well with deer. Right?
No, we don't. No. But
you hit a deer.
You were driving.
No, you were driving.
Yeah, that's right.
You were driving. It was my car.
That's another story. But yeah, no, there has been, like, it was weird when things were so shut down and it wasn't even phase 1 yet. There was a lot of, I don't know if there's a lot more accidents because there wasn't as many cars on the road, but people were seeing them in their backyards a lot more, like just prancing down the street, you know. So
the deer now.
The deer.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, I think it pointed at me, prancing down the street. Deer was prancing down the street.
I don't know how. I don't know. We hear stories about how it is right now in the city. You know, actually, the city, New York City, opened up slower than Long Island and upstate New York because it's so. You know.
New York City. You know? New York City.
It's New York City. Yeah.
Right. So, but this, I think everything, you know, it's just like you said, like the buses and everything. It's very distance.
You know, you have to wear the mask on public transportation. I don't know how to deal with the congestion. I don't know, you know, if you guys in New York City, particularly New York City and all that, like millions of people trying to pile onto a subway. I don't know how they control that. I don't know. We haven't been in the city since it all started.
If anyone's watching from New York City, can you leave a comment in the comment section? What is it like on your subway? Please tell us. We want to know.
Yeah.
People want to know.
We want to know.
Yeah, I've noticed because I've avoided it completely in Toronto, but I have seen some images. I mean, I know that the rules are you're supposed to stay apart from each other, wear masks, but videos and photos pop up of just where. I mean, I think when things get crowded and you're on a bus, I mean, people keep getting on. It's eventually going to get too crowded to stay, 6 feet away from everybody. So I know it's been a struggle even here. So I'm sure it's probably everywhere where public transit's a large part of life. I imagine it's probably a struggle for everybody. So I don't know. Yeah. We're just figuring it out, I guess. Figuring it out. Well, speaking of this pandemic, we've had last week we had. Who did we have on last week, Regine? I get all.
That was so long ago.
I know. I got it all confused now. Anyways, we've had a few artists on.
CLR.
Not CLR. LRC. LRC. Yeah. CLR would be a household cleaner. LRC.
That's how I remembered. I'm sorry.
Anyway, they are a pop group that formed literally out of the pandemic, and we've had other artists again who have a lot of artists are finding this downtime to, create something different or something that they never created before. And you guys have kind of in the same situation as in your next production is different from previous ones. So tell us a bit about Pandemic Love.
Well, Pandemic Love started with an idea I had. I pitched it to Patrick, and we were driving somewhere, and I said, wouldn't it be great if we could create? I kind of pitched him the story about how I don't know how much I should.
All
say.
right,
but I pitched him an idea, and he really liked it, and like he always does, he said, I have a million ideas right now. He wound up writing and getting a script to me on it. And I said, dude, this is awesome. This is like so much of what I had been talking about. But there were some things in it that like he went in a different direction than I had envisioned. So I had asked him, I said, look, I know that you probably never done this before, and I've never done it, but would you mind if I came in and we could like co-write this? So, and that's what wound up happening. So it was my first thing that I've ever co-written, and the first time he's, I think, was comfortable enough to allow anyone in to co-write with him. So I was very honored that he did that, and that's what Pandemic Love came from.
Nice.
But it's really just taking everything that was going on around us, and we just figured, like, we figured the world needed to laugh a little bit, just like certain things, such with Zoom. It's like we say, it's a virtual theater experience with a Zoom twist, so it has to do with Zoom a little bit. And we were just talking about like how technology can go wrong when people can freeze and they can glitch and they don't know how the buttons work and all that. So we incorporated all of that, and it's people in the midst of the shutdown looking for love. And how do you find love in a pandemic? So it's virtual love, and it's two very different people. And I don't know, it's funny because we have 3 sets of actors playing. We wanted to, really represent every person in every group or whatever, and because this can really relate to everybody. So we have 3 sets of actors playing 2 characters. So we have, each set's different. There's like, the couple, there's the same sex couple, all these different things. So a lot of rehearsal because there's 3 sets of actors doing it. And every single time we still laugh. Like we still laugh, and we wrote it, and we've seen it a million times, but we still laugh at what they do. So that's what I like. I'm like, all right, I think everyone's really so many things that people can relate to. Like you were talking about the mask, and like, you can't see people's faces and all that. So that's part of it. So we're really, really excited. It was sort of nice in this really crazy time to find a really a creative outlet that really. We hope that people can really relate, and we tied it into a fundraiser because, as everybody knows, during this unprecedented shutdown, so many businesses and people have been impacted. But our mission for our company is like we always, to showcase and assist artists and all that. So we're doing a fundraising because no one's been more impacted than the entertainment business, right? Theaters are still not open. There's no, like we're in New York with Broadway. Broadway is shut down, and we have no idea until at least next year. So we don't even know all those type of things. Long Island, just no theatrical production going on. Live music, all those things have stopped. And a lot of people, a lot of artists, that's their bread and butter, And if a lot of people we know are artists who are actors, and then they might be working as a waiter or waitress, but then that was shut down. So really, people there. So their own survival is sort of a mess. So we wanted to sort of help that out. So, so we tied it to the first time we never sort of tied a performance with a fundraiser. So we did all that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds really, really good. So what's so what sort of things did you have to do for this production? Obviously because of the situation we're in. So what's different about this production in terms of like the technical side of things and like, putting on a show during a pandemic? So what do you have to do for this one?
He's the tech guy.
I'm more this production. So we reached out. We had auditions over Zoom. We sent sides of the script, and after we had cast it through Zoom, and then we started rehearsals all through Zoom. And the technical part of it is a lot with lighting, and when we're trying to get them on the screen together, it should be vertical, it should be horizontal. So audio was an issue, glitching. I'm sure that you know about that too. It's like you never know with the software, and like everyone's doing it nowadays too. So like the servers probably can't handle it, or they're trying to fix that. So it's been challenging. Obviously different because it's so virtual, but I'm sure that you would agree that it's not our preferred way to do it, but trying to make do with what we have right now. And I think because when we wrote the script around Pandemic Love, it seems perfect. Like if we were trying to do something that wasn't meant or set up for a virtual theater, I think it would be not bad, but it would be a lot more difficult.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Yeah. I mean, so we sort of catered the whole script to this virtual existence.
Yeah, to the technology.
I'm just thinking we should get a kickback from Zoom. Because we're
we
talking
should.
about it a lot. We talked about it on advertising.
There are icons right there.
Zoom. Zoom, where are you, Zoom?
Sponsors on Zoom.
Yeah, sponsors us. But I do like. I mean, I started in live theater and all that, and there's nothing like working with the actors on stage. And there's just an energy that you can read and you can feel and all that. And like Scott, I know you're an actor. The energy, even on a film set and all that. Like when everyone's around, like the energy. If it's a really good take, like everyone senses it before you even look into the monitor. So live theaters like that, I miss that, and I know actors, so that's why we want to make this experience as much as so for the actors too, they can get the feedback and all that. But then there's the danger with Zoom, like you don't want, if it was a totally live Zoom and someone does something with their microphone and they flush the toilet, like what was that? And people do,
Their screen will pop.
Sound effects.
like we don't have up on that. So it's trying to work the technology so we can control those entities. But I have to say, I think it's really funny. I think it's comedy with a heart. We sort of like that. So there's things, touching moments to it. The actors, we just got such an arsenal of actors who are just amazing. They're just they all bring something different. Like each group has something different, and so that's what I'm really enjoying. I always love working with actors. Is my favorite part. When there's a tech problem, like Michael, I don't know, they can't talk. Their mic's off. You talk to that. I want to talk about their motivation. So that's how we sort of trade off on what we're doing.
Awesome. Also, one Babanese, thank you for following on D Live. Welcome to the show. It's our weekly talk show, The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And today we're interviewing the co-founders of Echo Light Productions. So this show then, it's an online production, so people from anywhere can tune in and watch, or how is that? How is it being? Where can people see it?
Well, it was going to be, like Patrick was kind of mentioning, it was going to be completely live on Zoom, where you would have the link and go and watch, but we couldn't really control like microphones being people coming on as the audience, the virtual audience. So what we decided to do was have it on, like it was completely from beginning to end, like a theatrical production. There's no stopping. It's all through Zoom. We're recording that, and then we are going to put that on and have that as a YouTube premiere video. Gotcha. And that's how we're going to release it, so people can still be there live, with the scrolling comments and the feed. So and through the Actors Fund, which is the GoFundMe campaign we were mentioning before, people that donate there are getting rewards like tickets to the show and stuff like that too. So we kind of want to make it like as close to being at a theater as possible. So we wanted to sell like virtual tickets. So at this time, on this day, this is when you can watch it, and then afterwards it'll be taken down until the next showing. So and people were asking us, "Oh, why are you doing it? Why can't you just put it up there?" And we said, "Well, we just wanted to make it like a theater." So that's what we decided to do.
Nice.
That sounds really cool.
So you guys can watch it in Canada.
Exactly.
International.
Awesome. So when are the dates? When can people tune in to watch Pandemic Love?
It's the opening day is September 10th, right? September 10th.
Coming soon.
That Thursday.
At 7:30.
Yeah, we're doing it Thursdays and Sundays. So every Thursday and Sunday through September, 7:30. Yeah, so it starts September 10th, and the last show I want to say is September 27th, I think.
Yeah.
So every Thursday and Sunday. That's another thing too. Just in this new, I'm not gonna say word new. In this reality that's been thrust upon us. We were like, all right, so usually you go to a theater, so you go to a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday matinee. With something virtual, we actually spoke to our actors and all that, and they're like, something. I think a lot of people, like, if they do get to see their families and all that, if they're venturing out, they may not want to do something virtually on like a Saturday night. So we're doing it every Thursday and Sunday evening throughout September. It'll be on our Acolyte YouTube channel, and through the, like Michael said, through the GoFundMe for people can get, and we'll send them a link to the show so they can see it and they can watch it. And the good thing is like we're alternating with a different cast. So you can watch it once with 2 actors and then watch it 2 weeks later, completely different actors. So different interpretation. So we have 6 performances, and 6 performances we have 3 sets of actors doing it. So and I have to tell you, each show, they're each different. So they bring things, like some of them are, the energy's different, the pacing's different. They're all bringing different, like I said, so it's different, diverse people presenting it. So you can watch it more than once to see like a new show each time.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's cool, because then you still... Oh, yeah, what were you saying? Sorry,
Scott. I was going to say that is probably, you were mentioning before about things that are different. That's a huge contrast and difference for that you're mentioning. Thursdays and Sundays as opposed to Fridays and Saturdays. Sunday matinee is very big, right, for theater, but Sunday evening, not really so much, or Thursday instead of Friday and Saturday. So that's a thing, something different that we're trying.
We are
production.
redefining theater, right here on Long Island, for the whole world to see.
There you go. On Sundays, they wake up early, watch the sit down, take a nap, and then they go watch you guys afterwards, right? It works out.
They go for their little walks. They can come back, they can even sit with the pajamas and watch. Although, we want the lights, we want them to really enjoy the experience. When we started, one of the first things we did was for the movie Summer Still, when we met Scott in the film festival. But we released something like here. When you're watching anything on Skype, you have certain. So we always, the sound has to be up high, the lights have to be down low, and if you don't have time to watch, like it's a 10-minute show or a 10-minute clip, then don't watch it. Like don't be texting your friends as you're watching on the screen. So we want the whatever device, we want to make it like a real movie experience. And even with this theater experience, it's a melting point of theater and film in a way.
I see that.
I think that works, and I think actually Sunday for putting it online where people can watch it, I think that actually is a pretty good time, because you think Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Most people at that time are probably nowadays just watching Netflix or something anyways. So I actually think it's probably a pretty good time for it. And the Friday night, Saturday night, I don't think it because people aren't going out the way they used to, it doesn't have that same meaning. But I think a Thursday night, Sunday evening, that'll work a pretty ideal time. And I like that as well, that you're encouraging people to, okay, you're going to tune in, because I think you guys, it can tell you've endeavored to bring that theater experience to them, and I think it would really help viewers to kind of take that and try to add to the theater experience as well. Like set up your viewing environment so that you can watch it
Project
a little bit like you're
onto
walking
a screen.
Yeah, well, ideally, yeah, or dim the lights, set it up. I like that. That'll make it an event, make it a special event. That's cool.
So that's the goal.
Yeah.
We wanted to make it not just a video being released. That's why we're doing all these other little things that might drive some people crazy, but we think it's going to bring, like I said, it's going to bring here the closest you can get to theater right now. We're bringing it to you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's important, because that's the difference about live theater. It exists in a in a particular time and place, right? And I think that's what makes it special. You're experiencing something that, is happening. The actor's doing it for you right in that moment. And I think this is a way that you've kind of you've captured that same energy. Again, we're going through very interesting times, but I think, it's a best of both worlds type situation. So pretty cool.
Should we see the preview?
Oh, well, the video I have is for
okay.
the other one, the Mr. Cool, which
we have a lot of stuff.
You have a lot of things going on. It's hard to keep up.
We try. We try to keep busy.
We try.
Yeah, we don't have any footage for the pandemic love yet. This is our beautiful poster we have.
Yeah, they show it. I see it. Oh, I see it on TV too. That's really cool.
Yeah, we have a month.
Yeah, here I can show that as well. Here's the poster. I had to pop up a couple times through the conversation, but there is the lovely poster for Pandemic Love, a comedy with heart by Michael Mingoia and Patrick Sherrard. There you go. So everybody tune in. It starts September 10th, and it's every Thursday and Sunday, pretty much for the whole month of September. Then it sounds like, is that right?
Yep.
Yes, if you go to echolightpro.com, that's the website. There's a list of the productions there, and also the Actors Fund, where they can get tickets and see showtime.
And you can see what actors, like the pair of actors, go paired up for each performance, so you could see, like I said, those great actors. And like I said, I think it's funny. I think it's relatable. I think it's great. It's escape. It's sort of trying to take this pandemic, which has changed so much, and I think people will be like, I can relate to that. There's a story about someone trying to go to a store and they forgot the mask, and what do they do, and and talk about like the Zooming and everything being virtual and all that. So with an epic end, I think it's an epic ending. There's an epic ending. I think it's one of my favorite endings. So,
cliffhanger.
What would Pandemic Love lead to? Pandemic Love 2? Who knows? Pandemic Little One? I don't know. That's Pandemic Children.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
there's so many baby announcements coming on, so anything is possible.
Yeah. Did
Actually,
you guys?
my
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Regine. Go ahead.
It's okay.
No, you go.
ahead.
You go. That's the one thing.
Nope.
Again, we're talking about doing stuff online, and that's the one thing we've. But doing the show like this is, it's like there's always that slight delay when people talk. So there's always that. Oh no, you got. Oh no, I was gonna say that. Oh no, you got. Anyway, no, Regine, what were you gonna say? You finish, and then I'll go.
I was just going to say, to add to your movie talks. So my friends, they're actually expecting, and their way of announcing it to the world was to do like a movie trailer, like a poster, and it said tested positive in quarantine.
Oh, wow.
And it's like from the producers of The Vomit, because like morning sickness. And it was just so cute. But I thought, since you said COVID babies, I was like, oh.
That might be okay. 9 months from now, or 5 months from now, that might be.
There's a lot. I'm telling you, my whole Instagram is just baby announcements.
People are they don't got they're looking to pass the time. There's stuff they got.
That's the only positive test they want in COVID.
Exactly. I want to ask. So you guys did all the auditions over Zoom, and you said, did you do all the rehearsals over? So did you ever like? Some of these actors, I don't know if you've worked with them before, or are they all new, or like, have you not seen a lot of these actors even in person at all? Has it all been completely online, even up to leading it, or did you end up meeting in person at any point?
That is a great question.
That is a good question.
Some of the actors we had worked with in the past, and some we have not. So there are some that we haven't actually met, which is really a different dynamic.
Right.
So that's a great question.
And it's all through Zoom. I don't even know if they have legs, because it's all through Zoom. Like, they could just be orthos. I don't know. Is that offensive? Because I might have.
No.
I don't know. Anyway, but that's a really good question. That's what we love with Acolyte, is we love working with, because we work with someone like, oh, I want to work with this person again. Because we love with new people. So actually, one of the actors, he took one of my acting workshops, and
nice.
and he never really, and he he was working as a model. I think he wanted to just loosen up a little bit more for acting and maybe do commercials and all that, I think. And he's great. So he's in this production. He was in another production. He's in our a movie project we're doing. So that's what I love, is like seeing like students, you know, or people who haven't done it for a while. We work. We have some pros. We had some people who we saw in a production that wasn't one of ours, and we reached out. They said, "Would you like to read for this? Because you were wonderful in this and all that." So we love the combination of like some Ecolite alumni with brand new people. We love that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's got to be some kind of first where we're putting on theater productions, and I've never actually been in the same room with the actors. It's a pretty cool thing. It's a cool concept. So,
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to tune in, and I'll tune in.
Me too.
I'll tune in a few times because I do want to see the different versions that the different actors bring to the table. That's really, really cool. So everybody, tune in to Pandemic Love, September 10th, 7:30 is the first show. I guess that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Thursday and every Sunday for the month of September. And while you're there, make sure you donate. Right? What was the name of the? Where are people going to be donating?
It's a GoFundMe campaign, so if they go to, the easiest way to find it is if they go to ecolitepro.com and you scroll down, you see it. I think it's the second image there. You'll see this beautiful poster and the link.
I thought you were going to say this beautiful person. It's great.
Beautiful person, Patrick, but this is a beautiful.
I don't want to scare people. Not a horror movie.
All right, there you go. Tune in. Watch some theater. Watch a new revolutionary version of theater, and support a great cause. Everybody, make sure you tune in to Pandemic Love. All right, Regine, let's do the ads, and then we're gonna come back with more with Ecolite Productions.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, and that reminds me. Actually, I should have.
Opened it.
Yeah, I didn't open the file. But I should have them memorized by this point. But
Yeah, only 93 episodes. The script doesn't change.
It's true. It doesn't. Hang on. Where is it? No, I'm looking for it. This is
While you're
this
looking for it, like Scott mentioned, go support them. Eco Productions,
Ecolite.
EcoLitePro.com. Make sure you guys support them, their GoFundMe page, the film itself, and know that it'll be Zoom-tastic and you guys will have a good time. Hurry up,
There you
Scott,
go.
because my jokes are getting lamer and lamer as I wait.
All right, I found it. Okay.
Perfect.
Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. Regine,
Yes, Scott.
do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
Maybe.
Are you buying or selling a home?
Depends how much my home is worth.
Then Jennifer C., Realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. And it was brought to you by Jewelry Forever, conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry there is a absolute artist. He can create custom, beautiful works. Whatever you envision, he can create. And we've got a great deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do, Scott. If you guys go to let's try that again. If you guys go to him and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you will get 15% off your entire purchase. That's 15%.
That's right, everybody. That's right. 15%. Tell them Scott and Regine sent you. And the place is open now with, again, COVID safety measures in place. There's social distance, so put on your mask, go on in there, and check out some absolutely gorgeous pieces. And let them know Scott and Regine sent you and get 15% off. Incredible.
Yeah, and
also,
they do have... Sorry, Scott. They do have new watches coming in, and I've seen it on their social media. They look pretty cool.
That's right. And speaking of their social media, they're also doing giveaways on there. I know. I think last I checked, they were raffling off a really nice custom Brian May custom watch, and that's just for their Instagram followers. So follow Jewelry Forever on Instagram. And
comment Scott and Regine sent you.
do that, because I think you do have to comment and like the post. I think so. You might as well comment that, and maybe possibly win yourself a beautiful watch. So check them out, jewelryforever.ca for more information. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, isn't it, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. And this is a live show, as you can hear and see. And what does that mean? It means that the ads, we do the ads live, which means you can customize them week to week. Do you have a sale? Do you have some event happening, a specific time or place?
A movie premiere?
Or a movie premiere, or a theater premiere, anything like that. If you would like to advertise, hit us up at radioshowad@gmail.com, and we will get that message out to a potential client base. It's a great way to start a brand new relationship with a brand new potential audience, and just good stuff. radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back. And welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our show, the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. Maria Brown popped into the chat. Hello. Romina Dazik, beautified by Romina, fantastic makeup artist, stopped by. Papyrus and Sands. Hello, Papyrus and Sands. Good morning, humans and monsters. How are you, Papyrus and Sands? And Skullboy Gamer's here as well. I think he was laughing earlier at our conversation about things. How are you, Skullboy? And so we're here as well with, of course, Echo Light Productions. How's it going, guys? And I wanted to ask you guys next about, again, we were talking earlier, you do many different things. Let's talk a little bit about Mr. Cool and Miss Fortunate Me.
Mr. Cool.
So we got some pop-ups happening here. I'm sorry.
Mr. Cool reminds me of like a Mr. Clean. Who's Mr. Cool?
I play Mr. Cool.
I'm Miss Fortunate Me.
Miss Fortunate. What was it? Sorry?
Yes, he's Mr. Cool and I'm Miss Fortunate Me.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. But next season we're really talking about doing an episode where we can switch roles. Like I want to be
I want to be cool too.
So it's a web series basically. Yeah, like that. I know you guys put out basically episodes on YouTube periodically. In fact, we've got the little trailer for it. I guess we could show that, and then we could talk a little bit more about it. All right, let's. So this is a teaser trailer for Mr. Cool and Miss Fortunate Me.
Damn it.
And that was the teaser trailer for Mr. Cool and Miss Fortunate Me. So in that little segment we just saw, we got a slight little taste into the personalities of these two characters. So obviously we saw one guy, and he went in no problem, smooth and into the room. And then somebody else had a slightly harder time. So
that would be me, truthfully. That's why I was laughing while I was watching it. I'm like, that is so me, just struggling to get. I should have taken the stairs instead.
So yeah, tell us a bit about, I guess, what's the premise of the show, and what's it about? What's it all about?
Well, it all started back 3 years ago when we were down at the film festival for Something Wicked in Georgia. All these things were happening to us. And we were posting about it on Facebook. Like, I can't believe they sent our underwear back on our luggage. Was sent back before us on another airline. Like, we were stranded without any clothes, and we were posting about it. Things like that were happening. Oh, the car broke down, and people were like, "This has got to be a series." In fact,
yeah. So it's really like the first season is really little things that really happen where everything wonderful will happen to my friend here, and then. Literally, like at the hotel, and we go down literally at the same time, and I might like stop because I'm looking at a pamphlet or something. He goes in, gets like the continental breakfast. I walk in, I'm sorry, we're closed, and everything is gone. Like he's sitting there with a big plate of food within minutes. You know, going on an escalator. He goes in the escalator, and little like angels come and they sing, and the sun's bright, and they go on the escalator, and it's just cannon breaks. You know, all these things were happening, so we're shooting. You know, we shot these little snippets, and people got a kick out of it. So that was season 1, and then we just got bigger and more elaborate. So we sort of exaggerate a little bit of things that happened. But so much like the last episode we released, which is called Chair Affair, is based on a real. We were at a gathering with a lot of people. He's like my daughter's godfather. So we're at a family gathering. Everyone's sitting at a table. I sit at a table. The chair collapses. I don't know why. It's like this one chair that falls apart. I'm on the floor. Food goes home. So that's the kind of stuff. Like, so everything about Mystical Misfortunate Me, and it's getting more and more elaborate. Like they're getting bigger and better. And people send us requests to pick on those episodes they want, so we incorporate them. And it's it started really. Let's say guerrilla filmmaking in the sense that we had like an iPhone and we're trying to get things and not that we have huge budgets, we don't, but now we're sort of like we had we used to set the camera up and just do stuff and all that. Now we might have a videographer helping us out and all that. So people just really like it for me. It throws back to like classic comedy of like we both love like the slapstick stuff. He likes me. Oh, Patrick, because he directs the Mr. Cool episodes. I might write the scripts, but he directs them. He's like, Patrick, you know what? You're going to fall down the hill, and I'll fall down the hill. You know what? You didn't hit your head hard enough, so I gotta do it again. You do it again. Do another take. So,
you sure he's not doing that on purpose?
I think so. I think that will explain well. It's like throw me into thorn bushes and put me in weird outfits. Like
what did you do to piss him off?
No, he just thinks it's funny. He sits there and laughs. But that's it. It makes people laugh, right? So it really reminds me of like Abbott and Costello, or Laurel and Hardy, and like Dean and Martin. Not Dean and Martin. Who are those people? Hey, lady. No, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. That's it. Oh, Jerry Lewis. Oh. Dean and Martin. Jerry Lewis, my wife's going to get mad at me because she loves those people. Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, like that classic comedy team. So it's sort of a throwback to that, I feel. A little bit of slapstick and, but no, I mean, the episodes were based off ridiculous things that happened. And we just embellish on that. Our characters are ridiculously like over the top. So and we just play into what people have said. So also we should shout out to Sue. She was the one that was like, you have to make this series. So she was on social media. She was like, supportive. Yeah. We actually gave her a cameo in one of our movies. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, what was the name? I don't think I'm not sure if it dropped out for a second. I didn't hear exactly what the name was of who you were shouting out.
Oh, Sue Quattrini.
Sue.
Well, thank you, Sue. Thank you, Sue.
Cool. That's so cool. I didn't realize that that the series actually started out of the experience at the Something Wicked Film Festival, because I know I first became aware of it at that time because obviously that's where I met you guys. But I didn't realize that it kind of was born out of that series. I thought it was already something that was going on. So So it really actually started right then.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it, because we were showcasing our first horror movie down at Something Wicked Film Festival. Yet all these comedic things were happening to us, so it's pretty cool to be like, oh, while this is happening, all these we're gonna scare the hell out of you. And by the way, Patrick fell down the steps today.
Yeah. So even like the last summer when we went to Something Wicked, and it was so great. We love it there. It was like the first film festival that we actually went to. We had our movies in other film festivals. That's the first one that we went to when we met you, Scott. And so when we went there last year, it was so great because we wanted to shoot. I'm like, this is the birthplace of Mr. Cool. So we actually shot at the film festival. Scott, you got a shout out.
That's right.
Yeah,
like,
that's right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So we, gave you a little shout out. And that was really great. So I enjoy it. What I like about it is, because when we first started, I was like the writer director, and Michael was like the videographer, and usually in front of the camera. Mr. Cool, he directs. So for me, it's sort of like I can just sort of act. I don't have to. We always have to worry because we're an entire crew. We're sound. We're videographer. We're craft services. God help us when we have to cook with people. But we do it all. But I can sort of just act because he has to worry about what shots he wants, and I sort of like that a little bit. So and he's really. I was telling him he's really a really strong director. That's why with Pandemic Love, I've never co-directed or co-written with anyone before, but this guy, it's like peanut butter and jelly. It goes together really nice. It's really smooth. I'm really enjoying it. So we both pick up on things. I think we complement each other in good ways. So that's what I like about the series, and it's just fun. I just find it fun. It's nothing really heavy. Once again, just sit back and laugh. And they're short episodes. I think the longest one might be 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so, but they're usually short.
Yeah, they're probably like 5 minutes on average. But the last one, Chair Fair, was like our first. That was a full-length episode. It was like without commercials, 22 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had a lot of guest stars, and that one that's the one with the falling the chair. You have to sort of see it's like how interpretation. It's all about interpretation. How everyone interprets something different. So. And you can see that on the Alaina YouTube channel. Then it's cool.
Cool. I think I've linked the YouTube channel below. If I haven't, I will add it to the description. But I know I have a link to all of your Echolites, your website and stuff, so you should be able to find it. So make sure you watch Mr. Cool and Misfortunate Me, and also a shout out to all the guys at the Something Wicked Film Festival, because those guys are awesome. Yeah, that's right. We met there. So, yeah, it was 2017. That was the year that that's what we were saying, right? It was 2017.
Big that year.
Yeah, it was. So that was your. I didn't realize that was your guys' first. Yeah, it was my first festival as well. So down in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So good times. Yeah, I haven't been back yet because I haven't finished a new production, but I hope to get back there. But
yes, Scott, why haven't you finished the production?
Because it's so like I know I'm working on it. It's still I've got one it's in the editing phase, so it's coming along.
Oh,
but
that's the editing phase.
Yes, but those guys they do a great festival. I mean, it's so well, one, you meet so many cool people and the panels they have set up, and just it was a good time. Something Wicked in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
We love Georgia. We went. Yeah, we would love to. This year it's all virtual, but we would love we have a movie that's in post production. We would love to. That's one festival we just wanted to be part of. It's Something Wicked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I feel like that's one I'm always going to try my best to get out to, and for me, like I ended up. I remember when we I think you guys flew there, yeah, or did you drive?
No, we flew.
We did everything without us. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
They took our luggage without. Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
Missed the plane. Yeah, that was.
You got stuck on the escalator. Jax had to help you down.
That's right. That's why it became the inspiration for the show. Exactly. That's right. I ended up. Yeah, I actually drove there from Toronto, so that was like a.
That's a long drive.
It was it was an 18-hour drive to get down there. So.
Wow, that's not even that bad. Wow.
Yeah, it was. In fact, what did we do? So we drove there, and I think we stopped in North Carolina, because I have some relatives there. So we spent a night there for after the first 14 hours of driving, and then we finished it off the last 4 hours the next morning. So it was yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. You know what it was is I think when I first Googled how long it would take to get there, I think it said it would be less. I think it said closer to, I can't remember now, maybe 12 or 14, maybe it was what it said. But I think that was counting like if you just drove continuously there.
Mm-hmm.
And but obviously a drive that long, we had to stop for the washroom, stop for eating every now and again. So I think because of that, it ended up being a much longer trip. And then we thought, okay, so we weren't even planning to stop at my uncle's place. But when we got to like the 14-hour mark and we still had, whatever it was, 4 or 5 hours to go, and it was starting to get dark, I was like, okay, we'll stop in North Carolina. Kind of worked out that way, but I might fly next time. So.
The one time's an experience. Twice, I don't know if that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we all met there, and Something Wicked Film Festival. Awesome times. And in fact, we might as well, because we talked about it briefly, but you premiered at that festival your horror film Slumber Still, and then I think you said you had the sequel come out also at the Something Wicked, and now you're working on the third one. Is that what's happening now?
Right. So we had the first one was Slumber Still, and while we're working on the first movie, we already decided we want to make it a trilogy, and it has to do with sleep paralysis. So if anyone's never heard of it, sleep paralysis is a phenomenon or a condition that millions of people go through, in which when they wake up, they have a sensation that they can't move. They can't move. And a lot of people report that they have a sense that someone's watching them, that there's a presence with them, and all that. So once again, this guy came up with an idea, and we went fine with it. So Slumber Still was about that, and now we have the sequel, which is called Out of Light, which is a bigger production. And we took some home awards with that one, and it all has to do with that same thing with sleep paralysis. But once again, he had this. He's experienced it. Actually, it's terrifying. He's actually experienced it. So once again, we were taking a road trip. Actually, we were driving to Pennsylvania, and he's telling me all this. And I think by the time we got to the hotel in Pennsylvania, I think, except for the title, I think we had it a lot figured out. Yeah, the title back and forth.
I could see you squirming there, Regine. Either you experience it or it just sounds so freaky to you.
It's just freaky to me. I've never experienced it, but just the thought of it, and as you guys are describing it, I'm like, yep, no.
Yeah, it's pretty. I haven't experienced it in years. I think I was a teenager. There was probably a year where I was just experiencing it. It is strange. Like your eyes open up. I remember looking at like my dresser. I'm sleeping on my side. I see the alarm clock. So I'm awake, yet I feel like I can't move, and it seems like an eternity. Because like, what's wrong? Why can't I move? And if that's not horrifying enough, I felt like there was my doorway was back out this way, and I was facing away from it, but I felt like there was someone watching me. And I tried to turn around. Every time I broke out of it, which took probably just a matter of seconds, but again, it probably felt like minutes. Mm-hmm. There was no one there. I always felt it so strange, and then it would repeatedly happen. It was even more freaky. So that was the premise that I pitched to Patrick, saying, wouldn't it be freaky if it happens if someone turned around and actually saw it? There was a presence there looking at the camera. And then in doing research for it, it was something that was a lot more common than I had thought, than we had thought. And so common, in fact, that when we were even on set for the first movie, like the makeup artist had experienced it. One of the lighting people experienced it. And like we would get more ideas from the crew, even like not even random people like that were working on the production. I was, oh my God, it's so freaky. I'm so glad you're getting this out there, to tell the world. And it's always a different perspective depending on who you're speaking to, because someone might say it's psychological, it's all in your head. Somebody else will say that it's a spiritual thing. Someone else will say that it's not happening at all, like you dreamt it, you know. So we kind of used that to our advantage in the storyline and building this village. When we were doing promotion for the movie, it was really, really funny. Like, people would reach out to us who experienced it. And I mean, I was handling the social media. And at this point, I told them, I said, if I catch this damn thing, I'm going to be really, and then it's not like Corona, right?
Well, no, but it's like reaching out to me, like, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't know. I never had, you know, like, we were experts.
Yeah.
Not a lot out about. I've never heard about it. And now that you think, like, but then months later, I experienced it. But of course, because it's me, I had it the wrong way. Usually, it's when you wake up. This is when I was falling asleep. And I was like, as I was drifting to sleep, I'm like, wait, I can't move. And like, I found the pounding in my head. I didn't feel any spirits anymore. My wife is next to me. I'm trying to move my leg just to help me, you know, but I couldn't talk or whatever, which my wife probably enjoyed that I couldn't talk. But, you know, so that only the one, I remember the pounding in it was kind of like my heart was in my head. Like, it was so loud. It was the pounding.
Wow.
So people were reaching out, but Michael's right. So many times people will say, I've experienced this. That was right, and all that. So we made this a mythology about this family that with sleep paralysis. Of course, we interjected some supernatural elements. Really, you know, Out of Light, we won. You know, Slumber Still won some awards. Out of Light won more awards, and now we're Dawn of Shadows, which is a prequel to the whole thing. So it's sort of, although it's a prequel, I think it's going to tie it all together. So we're really excited about that. It's been shot. Now we're in post-production. Really great cast and all that. Can I get the time? Give the time, right?
Yeah.
All right. It takes place. My favorite time period takes place in the 80s. So on set, Scott, you might appreciate this. We only allowed 80s music. Like, they had to play nothing else after 80s. Now, my daughter's help with being my oldest daughter was like doing videography. You know, and they're all with the TikTok stuff and stuff. But we're like, no, it's got to be 80s music. And everyone who came on was like, is this person dead? Is it, you know, like, is this person alive? Is this person, like, there's a lot of songs that I didn't heard of and they think it's like old music.
Oh, gosh.
But, like, that was the best step. Like, it is old music. It is old. It's not that old. It's great music. Youngins. But, yeah, so that was hard work, but so rewarding. We can't wait to unleash another week of paralysis and this third installment. So we do everything from like comedy to horror, you know.
Yeah, comedy, horror, live and in person, and nowadays a little bit of both at the same time. It looks like. So you do it all. I've had sleep paralysis. I think a couple times. Yeah, where I don't remember feeling the presence, but you do feel like, yeah, where you see the whole room and you just can't, you just can't move, and it's really weird. Like, you try to move and you feel like you can almost move, but you feel heavy. You just feel really, really heavy. At least that's how my experience of it was. So a few times in my life. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely a relatable concept for sure. Is the plan for it, I guess, for the next festival season, or when do you think it's going to be ready for the part 3?
Well, we had originally wanted it to be to premiere by like October, like we had for our sequel for Out of Light. We had it was shown in a couple of movie theaters locally, and it was such a great experience. You know, to fill out the theater and to see it on the big screen. And we wanted to do the same for this third installment. However, with the shutdown, there's really no estimation of when theaters will open here in New York. Countrywide, I know AMC is actually, I think this week coming up, they're starting to open up, but it's for state, for region. So we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in October, but we kind of already said we don't want to just release this somewhere online. We want to be able to show this movie kind of like we had envisioned at a movie.
We wanted to make it an event. We definitely wanted to make it an event. So,
so we're not sure they released yet, we know how we want to do it, but we're not sure when just yet. And we're still editing it still, so we're not rushing it as hard. But yeah, that's.
I have to say he's the editor, and he's the editor, and he that's what I love. Like as you know, as a director, you have a vision, but then an editor comes in. So he was the director of photography and the editor, and I have to say he does such amazing. Really, like if anyone wants like really cool and contemporary and really with editing, and he's meticulous. Like I've never seen anyone be so meticulous. I wrote with several editors and all that. I do. I can't do what you do because he is so meticulous. So he does such amazing things between the videography and editing. On top of like he tries to story and these performances. So, like I said, we don't have a huge budget. It's independent. Scott, I'm sure you can relate. Independent filmmakers, you don't have a lot of money, so you have to make things work. You know, it's we don't have tons of money for equipment and all that. So what we have, we make work and all that. So that's when you have to be really innovative. So that's what I love about it. I'm like, see, I never thought when we shot a scene on my daughter's bed. We kicked my daughter out. We used the bedroom for something that like now looks like this epic thing's going on there. That
pour all that blood on the sheet.
Yeah. that was a lot of fake blood.
I should have specified.
Yeah, fake blood.
Movie magic, exactly. Cool. Yeah. So so Slumber Still Part 3 is coming when the theaters are back. Yeah. I mean, I find like it's a thing. A lot of festivals have been going to digital format, and I've tried to tune into a few of them. But yeah, I mean, I really do miss the. There's something special about watching it in a theater, and yeah, I understand the wanting to wait for that to come back because I do think there's something special about it. So it makes a lot of sense. Also, Ray Henry in the chat says, "Oh, you're talking about sleep paralysis. I get it a lot for some reason." So there you go. There's somebody in the chat who also knows about the sleep paralysis phenomenon. There you go.
That's cool. I wonder if Ray has experienced seeing some kind of entity as he's shown in some of the movies that I personally haven't seen, but I've heard from other people, and it's there's a lot of commonalities, which is really freaky, and why maybe Ray has experienced that.
Ray, let us know.
Yeah, Ray, if you're still there watching in the chat, let us know if you've ever, when you're experiencing sleep paralysis, if you ever experience or feel like there's somebody else there watching. Let me know. That's interesting stuff. I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
First two installments of Slumber Still and Slumber Still Out of Light are on our YouTube channel. We actually released at the beginning of the pandemic, where like the first movie we always had on YouTube. So the second movie was doing festival runs, and we're like, you know what? We're just gonna put it out there. So people doing Netflix and all that. Here's something a little bit different and all that. So they're both on YouTube. Lights down low, sound up high.
So people can find that either at echolightpro.com, also on the website, or on the YouTube channel. You want to go to YouTube/Echolight.
Awesome. Echolight Productions, guys, look them up, and you can watch the first two films in the Slumber Still series online right now. Well, not right now. After the show. After the show, you can watch it. Speaking of Echolight Productions, I wanted to ask, how did that get started? So you guys are the co-founders of it. How did you guys meet? Or did you meet and start together? Or how did it all start?
Patrick, one day, it's so funny because as many actors experience, I'm sure, like myself, one day I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't afford this. Broke. I need to get a 9-to-5 job. And I did. I wound up I had like 3 jobs. And literally the second day of starting this new schedule, this new life, I'm like, I can't act anymore. I have to put it behind me. I get this voicemail from Patrick. I had no idea who he was. He said he had seen me in a clip or something, and he wanted me to come and audition for this new original play that he was putting on. And I was like, I literally the voice message, finished playing. I was like, all right, universe, what are you trying to tell me? Like, should I have not given up, And I had wound up saying, all right, I can call him back and see what the project's about. And I did that, and then he gave me like the audition times, and it's like, all right, I can go to the audition. And I might not get it, but at least I did it. And then I went, and I went to the audition, and I wound up getting the role, which was a tremendous experience, and wound up, opening so many doors and changing my life. The biggest being that we worked so well together from that one production that we just clicked, and we just wound up, talking afterwards from what a normal, I guess, conversation would happen between a director and an actor. Like, well, what would you think about what would be the backstory for this character? And we would talk about it, and I learned so much from him. And we would just talk about other things, and we wound up forming this friendship. And I guess it was a couple of years after we had met that we had talked about forming a production company, right?
Yeah, we did. Actually, that show went into that Michael starred in, a play called Random Us, and it was the first show I've done. It took me 10 years to write that play. Wow. I started writing it. I was performing in Manhattan, and backstage, something called the Fringe Festival. I know you guys have one in Canada, the Fringe Festival. It's like up and coming plays. It's a highlighted festival. I was a performer in the Fringe Festival. I'm writing this play backstage, and then just I had children. We had my parents got ill. My parents passed on. So all this life got in the way. So it's been 10 years. And talking about technology, I wrote like the first 20 pages of the play, and my computer crashed.
Oh no!
Anything up. So I was the hell with this. That's I'm just like him. Like, I'm not doing it. I lost 20 pages, but that's the universe telling me give it up. Typing or whatever. And then a friend of mine who's an actress, I had given her the first 7 pages and she had some health issues, whatever. She came back, and again. Months later, she's like, "Oh, I have that inspired me." So I wrote a play that Michael was in, and then we went up into the Fringe Festival Manhattan. It was really like thousands. We wanted the place picked. We actually won an award. So that was just such a high. We talk about that constantly. It's actually the 5th anniversary of our meeting. No, in September, 6 years that we met. 5 years since I played. All right. So, and we just have the same creative energy. Like, we get excited about things. Like, we see something we like, we're like, oh my god, it's so good. We're jumping up and down. We're like, well,
he does a little more jumping.
All right,
we both get excited.
You jump inside. So we sort of have that. I'll never feel. It'll be like it's 3 a.m. It's like, I just finished this editing job. What do you think? I'm like, oh, okay. And I have to watch it.
You have to watch it.
You have to watch it. Like, don't go to sleep.
And I gotta be on the phone with you when you watch it.
Yeah.
I want to hear you.
Like he loves, like, he's like, I want to show you something. Like when he edits the scene, and he's like, that's our juice. That's what gets us going. So it just really, really clicked, and we read each other really well. I know him as an actor. He's a phenomenal actor in addition to everything else. So I sort of know, like, the last movie he's featured in. He's the star of the last movie. But he was also director of photography. So at one point we're like, all right, you told me how you want it. Now you need to go be an actor, and I'll work with the videographer and actually shoot the scene so you can, and I think it worked out well. I mean, it's funny, you hear some of the back, he's in front of the camera. He's like, no, put the camera this way. Like, he's still, but, so we just work well. We sort of have like that creative meshing of energy.
But in 2016 is when we decided.
We started Ecolite in 2016,
and we wanted to make it, a production company that was open to actors and creators of all different experience levels. So like, we didn't want it to be like, oh, we only work with people that have a really extensive resume, a really nice reel. And that's why Patrick had the idea to do like these acting workshops that are really, definitely inexpensive for the value that it brings, but comparing to other, price points of other workshops and stuff, Patrick leads the way with all these workshops. And as he had mentioned before, people that attended that were students have been cast in productions that Acolyte has had later on. So, I think by the way, he's got another acting workshop coming up. So any inspiring actors should try to attend, because this is all virtual now. So this is really, you're opening it up to the world instead of just a localized Long Island workshop. So that's nice. A good. You should have told Scott and Regine about.
I'm sorry.
I just realized right now.
Look it up, people. Acolyte Productions.
So it's a passion. It's really a passion.
That's awesome. It's a passion project.
Yeah.
Project.
And so that's so cool. So it sounds like there's almost like a feeling of I don't know, fate or something that goes with it. Like it all started. You were like right on the cusp of just saying, okay, I'm done with this, and then suddenly the next day this thing happens.
Phone call.
Yeah, get this phone call, and then also even the the series Mr. Cool, Misfortune to Me, it was born out of a particular experience of going to that festival, and then it all blossomed from there. It's pretty cool to see that there's a lot of just like, interesting things happen that kind of contributed to it. It's cool. It's almost a whole story in itself.
You should make a film about it. Okay.
God, that could be your next movie. Make the epic story.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. No,
thank you. I believe it. I do believe that. I do believe in fate. We've had conversations about that, like whoever reason our lives intersected at the right time for the right reason.
Absolutely. That's so cool.
One thing.
Oh, sorry. You cut off for a second. What did you say?
I heard Scott.
I'm sorry. I'd like to make the Acolyte movie, Scott. You can play Michael.
Perfect. Coming soon to a theater near you. Absolutely. Actually, speaking of theaters, so I want to kind of ask about this. Is more generally, I mean, obviously theaters have been closed, slowly starting to reopen, and I know a lot of movies have been choosing to release online. But one in particular, Christopher Nolan's movie, Tenet, he was very, very particular that he wanted to have a theatrical release. And I know it's premiering, I think, next week in Canada, and I'm not sure where else it's doing that. But how do you guys feel about, like, in terms of going back out and, like, going to movie theaters, going out to things? Have you guys started doing that sort of thing again, or are you guys keeping yourselves locked down, or how do you feel about things starting to open again, or movie theaters particularly starting to reopen?
The theaters have been closed, and I think for both of us, like, we've had multiple conversations, like, that's where it hit us hard. We love the movie experience, and seeing it in a theater, it's just not the same watching it, I feel. So I get what I'm saying. I believe we both can say that it's not the same. There's an experience of darkened theater, getting your, overpriced box of candy and your big drink and sitting back and watching it. There's a whole experience just watching the film. That's why when we had the premiere for our last movie in the movie theater, we actually had to, we had the premiere, we had to sell out, so we had to get, premiere it again because we sold out. And hearing the audience react and all that, there's an energy. That's what I said, when there's a group of people together, there's an energy. We were talking about, like, we saw the Avengers Endgame together, like that last epic battle scene, and the whole audience is with you. There's just nothing like that. So for me, that's one of the saddest things, is not knowing what's the fate of movies and movies being released and all that. Because you watch it at home, you pause it because you're, oh, I'm going to go answer the phone, or I'm going to do this, or people are talking, or they're on their phones. And me, it's just like, I want to be taken away. That's what, that's what I love about the movies, is an escape. So for me, I can't wait for that I want that to come back.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, and I know that there has been talk. I know even the media talking about like, has this thing been the end of movie theaters? Is it over now? I'm hoping not, and I don't think so, because I think there are enough film fans, but also filmmakers. I guess Christopher Nolan being one of them, who, you know, yeah, it doesn't fully feel right if the movie doesn't have that theatrical release, and yeah, exactly, going into an actual place and focusing just on the movie. Yeah, no distractions, nothing else. And yeah, like you're saying, there is that entire element of, I mean, I still remember the first time when I was at the Something Wicked Film Festival, and I'm sitting in a room full of people knowing that there's a group of people about to watch my film for the first time, you know? And there's nothing else, there's nothing that can replace that feeling, right? It's so special of watching a movie in that theater setting. So yeah, I hope everything can come back. I really hope.
Well, drive-in theaters are making a comeback.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. You actually went to one, right? Haven't you?
Yeah, they have like these pop-up. I don't know if you have that in Canada, but in Long Island they have these pop-up drive-ins where they sort of have the big pop-up screen and all that, and they play, you know, they don't play new movies. But listen, last night some friends came over and I got an outdoor projector. We're sitting outside in chairs watching great movie Super 8. We watched it. You know, so you do have that. I want to see the new movie. So that's the thing. I'm missing seeing the new movie, because now it's like you're watching these movies, you know, the fact that you love, but it's not the same of everyone experiencing that movie at the same time. You know, the experience of the story and all that. So, you know, so I'm with that. I really, there's going to be a way. There's people are not. I think there's going to be filmmakers. Going to be some way. We're going to, you know, it's going to be back to prohibition where you couldn't get the drinks, but people had the speakeasy and they hit. You know, that might be like, all right, here's the secret code. You go downstairs. You know, well, I think it's gonna. I agree. There's going to be some way.
That's true. The people want it. Yeah, exactly. If they don't let it, if they don't make it legal, people will find a way. Hey, you want to see the new? You want to see that new Disney movie? Hey, follow me. It's coming. Well, yeah. I mean, actually, speaking of I actually, again, I've been resisting going out anywhere, but I was so excited about Christopher Nolan is my favorite filmmaker right now, and I actually did buy a ticket, so I'm going to see it this week. And but the way they've opened theaters here, it seems pretty good. So it's something like 15 or 20% capacity. So like you have a seat, and then there's like a whole bunch of seats empty all around you, and then everybody's got to wear a mask. And also in between every screening, they're coming in and they're like spraying down every seat in the place. So it's I mean, it seems like the precautions are being taken. Anyway, I mean, Christopher Nolan is the one who was able to convince me to do it, but I don't know if I do it for another filmmaker, but yeah. So I'll report back and let you guys know how it went, I guess.
Tune in next Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening here for the theaters in the region that are open. That masks and they're, I forget what it's called, but yeah, they spray down the seats with something that in between each show.
I think it's a fogger.
Something like that. Yeah.
How do you eat the popcorn? Man,
no, you actually just like in restaurants, you're allowed to take down the mask and you are eating or drinking.
So judgment to have to cut a hole.
That's what they said. So.
Yeah, that's actually the one thing I am thinking about. What will that experience be? Because I'm trying to think if I've had to sit wearing a mask for like a full length 2-hour length of time. I'm not sure if I've actually had to do that yet or not.
Start preparing for it now, Scott. Just wear a mask while you live stream.
Yeah, start training. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I'll report. Yeah, I'll report back next week, Regine, and let you know how it all went. Wow, we've been going for what is that? An hour and a half. That's pretty good. This flew by. That's awesome. Well, before we say goodbye, why don't you guys one more time let us know. So obviously, Pandemic Love's coming out September 10th. But why don't you let us know where can people find you guys if they want to find more information about what you guys are up to, or just follow your artistic journey? Where can people find you guys?
EcholightPro.com. And we're also on Instagram and Facebook for Echolight Productions. But I think the best thing is go to our website, EcholightPro.com, and you'll see Pandemic Love. You'll see the Slumber series, Mr. Cool. It's all in one little package right there. And support the art. Support the art. So our campaign, support these out of work actors who are without open movie theaters, they're not, their livelihoods impacted. So support them. How's that?
Awesome.
That was great.
Okay, good. You could sing. You're a great singer.
Scott, you are a tremendous singer and musician, by the way. I saw a lot of your stuff. Really, really good. You like the quadruple threat over here. Now the podcast.
If you guys heard his intro before, because while the intro was playing, Scott, you didn't hear them, but they were saying they liked the intro. If you guys heard the original intro, the guy literally spoke all the things that Scott is within like a minute, but it was like a long list of...
the old intro for the show. Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, when we did the show at another studio, they produced the intro for us, and I remember I heard it literally the first time when we did our first episode, and it was like, yeah, he's an actor, filmmaker. All this stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice.
I was like, where's my intro?
Yeah, so I changed it up this time. We made it a little bit shorter, but yeah, thank you for that, Mike. And you're a really good singer as well. I mean, I've heard you sing quite a few times on Instagram, and yeah, you have a very nice voice as well, I must say. But yeah, so everybody check out EcholightPro.com to get the latest information. And Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me here on YouTube. Scott has put the link in the description below. I will be posting a video shortly, so make sure you tune in for that. So subscribe and hit the bell. That's the bell, right? I'm so new to YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications.
Yeah, it's the bell, yeah.
And then you guys can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at It's Regine Alaina. As well, if you guys would like to follow my pageant journey, there is a lot of content going out right now with things that I've been experiencing. So please support it. It's MS Ms. Galaxy Canada, again on Instagram and Facebook. Where can they find you, Scott?
You can find me right here, where you're watching this video, youtube.com/ScottDionBrown. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ScottDionBrown, and dlive.tv/ScottDionBrown. I saw a couple of you guys following even during this show, so thank you for that. Welcome to the channel. If you want, you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter right here, at also ScottDionBrown. But the best place is on YouTube. I post a lot of videos there. And also, I've been doing a lot of gaming lately. Monday to Friday night, we've been live streaming gaming. Having a great time. Tomorrow night we'll be doing Brawlhalla. I'll be hosting a 1v1 tournament for you guys, so tune in 8:30. Oh no, we'll start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Scott Dion Brown. Thank you guys very much.
Can I just plug in?
Yeah.
Can I plug in? If you guys have not seen the snippet of Scott's rendition of Outkast's Hey Ya, it was Outkast, right?
Yep.
Outkast's Hey Ya. He did a performance for the Mabuhay Festival, which is happening this weekend. Make sure you check it out on our Instagram. I honestly watched it yesterday, Scott, and like I mentioned, I texted you and I was like, wow, that was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Have you guys seen it?
Oh, we gotta check that out. Yeah.
Go on our Instagram. I posted it right away. I'm like, watch this. And I don't do that often for Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think actually, I believe, yeah, they did that. So again, the Mabuhay Festival is a big Filipino cultural festival that usually happens, live in person with live performances and stuff here in Toronto. But obviously, because of the situation we're in, they've also gone online. And I think, so they did it was an all-day live stream yesterday, I think from 11 a.m. till whatever time. And I believe they're doing it again today. Actually, so it's probably on right now. I think if you look it up, just look up the Mabuhay Festival, Mabuhay.
I think it's It's pidctoronto.com.
There you go. pidctoronto.com. You can find it. And I believe they're playing the same program again. I think it's a replay of yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's, you can see it today. And I believe I'll be performing sometime around 5 p.m. if that's correct. I think.
6.
There you go. But yeah, I think
6 and 7.
Oh, is that when it was? 6 and 7?
I think
okay.
so, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, PIDC Toronto, you can look it up. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? You could have gone anywhere today on the World Wide Web. You could have gone to any website. You could have not been on your internet. You could have been sleeping. You could have been doing all sorts of things, but instead, you chose to be here and to watch this interview and this show with us today. And for that, we are eternally grateful. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in. And next week's episode, of course, will be here again, 11 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning. And Michael, Patrick, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Take care. Thank you so much, Regine, Scott. Appreciate it very much.
No, there is. Stay safe. I know you guys are in phase 4 over there, but please stay safe. And hopefully when this pandemic is over, you guys will be able to release all the films and productions that you're working on properly.
Exactly. And yeah, everybody, so make sure you check it out. September 10th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then it plays every Thursday and Sunday for the month of September. Pandemic Love, I guess an online theatrical experience. That's right. All right.
That's it.
Awesome. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.